Hello, my name is Bob with Fire by Design, Bob Roman, and today we're going to go over the pieces and parts that are needed for a firebowl, be it a manual light or automated. We'll go over the parts first, and then we'll actually do an assembly just so that you can see how simple it is. So to start, if you order a manual kit, you're going to get a burner pan like shown here. You'll get a burner that goes with the burner pan. Now all of our burner pans are cut and configured for automation. However, if it's a manual light feature and you don't need this hole for the pilot burner, we have a cover plate that goes over the holes here. The holes in the cover plate line up with the holes in the pan to where the screws that come with it, actually you just screw this plate in there, and now it's configured for a manual feature. We'll talk about this plate in a second. So what comes in a manual kit? Like I said, you got the burner pan, this full cover plate. We have a natural gas orifice, and we have an LP orifice. They definitely look different, and there's a reason for that. Basically, with an LP air mixer, as we call it, you need the gas to flow a short distance before it hits the burner, otherwise it's not going to operate properly. So these are part of the kit. You'll get a key valve with key, and you'll get two whistle-free flex lines. So that's with the manual kit. Now, if we're adding automation, obviously we're going to have an electronic ignition system. We call it an all-weather electronic ignition system. You've got your pilot burner and your ignition control box here. You also come with a power supply. If it's a 30-volt system, the 30-volt DC power supply. This is a rated power supply for use within 5 feet of swimming pools. Every one of them comes with a label, certification label here. It also comes with wiring instructions back here. In addition, you'll get a set of instructions here that lists certification and also installation instructions. And with the automated kit, you'll also get a flex line, and you'll get the natural gas and the LP orifices, and you'll get the screws. So this is for the automated kit, along with the burner pan, burner, and in this case, you're also going to get this plate. However, we send another plate. It's the half plate, and its purpose will be evident pretty quickly. So what we're going to do next is going to go ahead and do a quick installation, if you will. So we rigged up a test stand. So if we were assembling this to go into a firebowl, first thing we would do, let's say it's an automated feature, we would just take our Davis, we would thread it on there, like so. The next thing we would do is we would take our pilot burner. Now there's a flare fitting and a compression fitting that match up with the fittings on the box. So it's impossible to connect it incorrectly because of the two connections. So we would thread that on, we would tighten it down, and then we would plug the pilot burner in. You've got a black 2-pin connector and a white 2-pin connector. White goes to white, black goes to black. Real simple. So now, depending on whether it's LP gas or natural gas, you would install one of the orifices. I'll go ahead and pick LP for now. So the brass air mixer is threaded in like so. If it were natural gas, it doesn't matter which way you thread this orifice in, this way or this way, it'll operate the same. Whereas the LP air mixer, there's 6 air holes, they have to point down. So, and now you'll notice too, I've got some blue Teflon tape. I'm worried about that. There's 2 colors of tape out there to be used with gas. There's the yellow Teflon tape, available at Home Depot and Lowe's, but there's a blue monster tape. It's blue in color. This is $3, and it's got 5 times more tape on it than this tape, which is $4. So we use this one. It's a lot cheaper. So that's why you see nothing but blue tape, but either one of them is legal for gas. So we thread this in here like that. Now the next thing we're going to do is get this out of the way. I'm going to take my, actually what I like to do personally is I like to go ahead and get the pilot burner bent such that it's going to be close to the pilot burner opening hole in the pan, which is this one. So what you do is you just take your pan. Now the way this is shaped, here, come closer. The way this is shaped, this L shape, the pilot burner goes right in there. In this case here, we're going to line up. There we go. I'm going to bend this a little bit more. And now we move it over so that it's positioned like that. You see the two holes? They line up with the two holes there. Next thing we do is we take a couple of our screws. One. Boom, pilot burner is installed. We take our half plate, align those holes. There you go. Pilot burner's installed, make sure that's tight. So now, if you use fiberglass or anything like that, it's not going to fall in. So the last thing that we would do is we would install our burner. Just like that. Now, what I like to do with the spiral burner is I like to get this, the one that's furthest from the center, closest to the pilot burner. But what you see here is a completed assembly, and it took 2 minutes exactly. That's all it takes to assemble this. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble it and show you a manual. Manual light is really easy because you don't have to do a lot of this that we just did because there's no gas, there's no pilot burner, and there's no ignition control box. Okay, so for a manual setup, we're going to use our test stand again just to set everything up. First thing we did was put a coupling on here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, again, we'll do this LP. Actually, we'll just natural gas. So in this case, as I said earlier, it doesn't matter which way you orient this. You would thread it into your coupling. You put your pan on like such. Now, because it's manual light, we're going to go ahead and cover our pilot burner hole. And let's see. Like that. Grab a couple of screws, screw gun. Loosen that up a little bit. Lined up. And we're going to just take our spiral burner. And in this instance, it doesn't matter which way it's oriented because we don't have a pilot burner to worry about. But now, this is ready to go. Go ahead and detach this from our stand. Now in a manual setup, you get 2 flex lines and a key valve. Those are oftentimes going to be installed in the field, but this is what the underside looks like. Now, in this case here, because we have a, go ahead and put this down for a second, coupling off. We thread this on there. Now the fittings that come with the flex lines, which have the blue tape wrapped on. These actually, this fitting here is thread into this coupling. Obviously you want everything tightened down, nice and tight so we don't have any gas leaks. This end would go to the key valve. You'd have to add a short close nipple to that. And the other flex line would come from the gas source. I'm going to put this down for a second. come from the gas source here into the key valve, and again, you tighten that up. So this being attached here, this going to the gas line, gas source, and that's your manual setup. One thing I do want to mention, all the pans, when we cut them, have a ventilation holes here. When we're doing propane, we put screws in these holes. The same screws that we used over here, actually it's a little bit bigger screw, and we supply those as well, that go into these holes here. That way when you have propane, there's no way the propane can go down through the vent holes down into the bowl below. So that's it for setting up a manual. Pretty simple stuff. As you saw, it was very simple and quick to set up a automated feature with the pan and burner. So if you have any questions after watching this video, please give us a call and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.